Hi, today's video is going to go over how to understand your product costs and generate what you should be charging for your services based on your product costs. I want you to get into the mindset of a car dealership, specifically the car maintenance area. If you've ever taken your car to get maintenance, you've noticed on your little invoice that they charge you for parts and then they charge you separately for labor. If we were going to put this in the simplest terms, these are the parts and you are performing the labor. Now that we understand exactly what we're doing, let's get into it. Cost analysis is literally one of the most important parts when it comes to building out your salon service menu and exactly how much you're going to charge for each service. I'm going to show you the strategy that I use to create my price points, and when I understood this, how I was able to price my services for profit. What you're going to need specifically is the products that you have, how much they cost, the container size, and the average usage. Now, based on my research, I've already popped in some numbers to my spreadsheet, and we're going to go to that right now. And these numbers that I popped in my spreadsheet, I got from manufacturers. I really just was like contacting them, trying to figure out, okay, based on this, and a lot of them will say it like how many uses you have per product. So these price points are going to be based on what the manufacturer says is the number of uses are in the container. And I just took those and we put them into my spreadsheet. My spreadsheet, I'm going to link it below. If you're like, Chloe, I'm not going to figure this out on my own, blah, 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 whatever you're talking about, I don't care. Let me just have your spreadsheet. You can get that linked below. So we're going to take the product size, the surfaces per unit, the product cost, and then we're going to get the cost per unit. Just a little division, a little subtraction, a little multiplication, okay? So if I have a pack of nail files and there's 24 of them in there, they're all one-time use and it cost me $8. We're going to take the amount of services per use. So 24 files means I got 24 uses, one each time. The cost is $8, and I'm going to divide that by the number of files that I have, and that's going to give me 33 cents. So for a service, this file is going to cost me 33 cents. Right? So we understand the concept. So I went down each thing that I would use in a service, and I put it there. Now, when they say on a manufacturer's suggested uses, how many uses it is, they're talking about applications to complete a full service. So if they tell me that it is 118 uses for this dehydrator, that means me going through and dehydrating the client's nail for a full service. Same thing with gel polish or base or cuticle oil, all that, blah, blah. So that's the whole, for the whole service, okay? So when I add, if I'm going to do a gel manicure, the file, the sanding band, the nail dehydrator, base coat, top coat, cuticle oil, and the gel color, the cost for service is $2.05. Now, if there are clients watching this, I don't want you to be like, all right, well, if it's only costing you $2.05 to do the service, then I shouldn't be charged more than $10. That is a cost for the product. That is not a cost for the time or the operator's skill. The number one reason that you charge more for a service you provide is because you have the skill. If you don't have the skill, then you probably wouldn't be charged for that. So if a client says, okay, well, it only costs you $2.05, you say, cool, and you give them the product, but just the one use of each one. Because if it's only $2.05 and anybody can do it, you do it. But they can't do it like you do it. So that's why there is an additional cost for your labor. And we're going to get into that. So let's go to calculating our services in our spreadsheet. Now, I'm going to show you how I do it with the spreadsheet. You can create your own spreadsheet, or you can click down in the link below. I only give you a little bit because I literally know that people are going to be like, I'm not going to come up with the spreadsheet, Chloe. Like, just give us the link. Like, get it together. You're right. You're right. But I'm going to put it down below. So this is what we're going to do. Time in minutes plus a base hourly rate. So when you see labor, when they have in their service contract, when you're getting your car worked on, it does say for how many hours they're charging you this labor rate. Right? So that's the same thought process that we're going to use with this. So we have our time in minutes, our base hourly rate, our product cost, our markup, our nail art time, because nail art is additional, our cost per minute on nail art. I'm from the school where we did $1 per minute for nail art. It's just how it's done, because nail art is getting more and more intense. And if you're doing a Van Gogh on somebody's nails and it's like 40 hours, you should literally be paid for every single hour that your expertise skill is applied to that nail to make it look like Van Gogh. That is the worst of that actual nail. Why? Because if they didn't want that and they went to somebody else who did that, they would charge them the same. Then we come up with the cost to do the set and the price that we charge the client and the total amount of service time. Okay, so for our gel manicure, it's 60 minutes. So our base hourly rate is going to be $25. Now, in your spreadsheet, you can change that rate. If you don't feel like you should be making $25 an hour at least, cool. I would say that is the minimum, but it's totally up to you. The product cost, we add that in. Our markup is always going to be 100%. Now, you're going to hear clients say, well, that stuff came from China and it's cheaper. Honestly, that's not the case. Our dollars require more Chinese dollars to equal it, right? But in China, it is exactly how much they need with their profit on top. Their dollar and our dollar are just valued totally different. That is the difference. So if you get a product from China and you get it here to get you to do nails or whatever, not only do you have to pay the cost of it, you're also paying an additional 50% tariff on top of that, or 10%, whatever number we're at right now, on top of that. So the cost that we're charging to do that, all that is incorporated in it. Okay, so we're gonna take our, like I said, the hourly rate, the product cost, the market percent is 100%. And you're trying to think, oh, well, I shouldn't be charging them, it only cost me $2. If you buy charms from Shein, but then you also buy charms, the same exact charms from like a big nail house place that sells charms, you're gonna see their price higher than Shein. Why? Because they spent time, effort, energy, and money to bring it over. 1, 2, the marketing, the repackaging, the customization, all of that is included in their price point. And then also they do 100% markups. Look at the markups that they do on shoes and clothes. I got a good example. Okay, you have, what's that company they make the workout stuff? Lululemon sells workout clothing, and Costco sells the same workout clothing. The markup percent that Costco is using is 100%, and selling those sets for $10 to $20 each. Lululemon's markup is 300% for the same thing. They probably ordered from the exact same manufacturer and everything, but Lululemon's name carries Lululemon weight, so they charge 300% more, even though they ordered the same amount as Costco from the same supplier as Costco, and they were at the profit point if they would have just did 100% markup. But because of who they are, they charge 300%. So don't feel bad about your price. If Lululemon can charge it, so can you. So the cost to do the set is going to be $57, which means you have not made any money off the set until you cover at least $57, which is where our markup comes in. So when you do a gel manicure with 30 minutes of art, your base cost and your markup, you get $174. Now, do I get that some people are not going to be charging $170? Sure. Are there a lot of nail techs charging their worth for gel manicures and gel X sets with thousands of minutes of art on it? Yes. This cost a total of 90. This took a total of 90 minutes. We're going to take our 57 and take it from 74. We're going to just do a little subtraction because 57 is at your break-even point. That means you cover the cost of the service and your time. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. You did not cover the cost of the markup, which means the point where you make a profit on the actual service, right? And the profit that you make off the service is used to do what? It's used to pay your bills. It's used to pay your taxes that you have to pay, for like your income taxes. It's used to pay your retirement. That money needs to go to retirement. It's used to pay your insurance. That's what that markup includes. So your client that works for XYZ, ABC, Acme manufacturers, right? They get paid $30 an hour. In actuality, for them, the company is probably spending $150 an hour, right? And how? Because the company is paying for their insurance. They have children on their insurance. The company is putting some money into their FICA and their taxes, right? The company is also putting money into their retirement account. So yeah, that employee actually makes $150 a month, an hour, but $30 is all they're getting paid physically. The rest of it is going to their other things that they need to take care of their living. That is the same when you're doing nails. Yes, you're getting paid $174, but out of the $174, only $116 actually goes into your pocket, and that is still divided amongst your other expenses to live. Don't let them gaslight you into thinking that everything should be cheap. If they want a cheap nail person, there are plenty of places that they can go. So now that we figured out how much it costs us to provide our services, and on the spreadsheet I actually have gel manicures, acrylic sets, gel sets, like polygel, regular gel. You can just replace those numbers with the cost of the product that you have, and then replace the container sizes too. But keep the uses the same. You can just replace those numbers with the cost of the product that you purchase, and also replace the sizes of the containers, but keep the uses the same, or change it based on what the manufacturer says. That's if you get the spreadsheet below that's linked. We automated the calculations, which means I'm already going to be able to understand exactly how much it's costing me for each service, for gel legs, for acrylic, polygel, all that jazz. And because we know those numbers, we can effectively build out our service price. Now, this is a base of the service cost. Now, you can choose to be less expensive. That's totally up to you and totally fine. But as long as you know what you should be making to cover your bills, then that's better. Now, you can be cheaper. Maybe you find cheaper products, or you take less time, or you shortcut. Either way, that's totally up to you. All I'm saying is, you know your product costs, you know your labor costs, and your total base cost, and this will help you generate accurate price points for what you're doing, because every single thing has a cost, and regardless of what your clients feel, you still have to make money. Now that you know exactly how to break down your price point and your profit points, comment below and let me know if you're going to do this. Are you going to pay attention to how much it costs you to do nails, how much it costs you to operate your salon suite? Are you going to make your services comparable so that you get the money that you deserve, or are you going to be a pushover? Let me know. If you want this spreadsheet, go ahead and click the link below, and I have it linked out right there for you so that you can use it at your leisure. You can replace the things with your things and get your profit point number. Thanks for joining me. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video to any of your nail tech friends that are struggling to make coins in their business and just don't know how to price their services, because this is how we do it. This is video 3 in a 4-part video series where I discuss how you can be profitable in your nail business, because that's what the girls need to know. I've seen too many nail techs trying to figure out how to make money, trying to figure out how they price everything, and this is the most detailed video that I've seen on the internet to get you to the right profit point quickly. The next and final video of this series is going to go over how to track your profit, your expenses, and all your business things in order to be profitable year over year. Make sure you join me in that one, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.